Hi, hello. My name is ALESHA BIK22403 and my metric number is 079301. And welcome to my personal entry for Psycholinguistics. Hope you enjoy my video.
What is that? Oh my god, I can't believe it! RM50 ringgit for an official Barbie closet? This is the deal of the year! I need to quickly tell my friend Adriana.
A few moments later.
Hey, Adriana, wait up! What is it, ALESHA? Look! Look at this Barbie closet. It's only RM50 ringgit. Murah gila. The original price is RM150 ringgit. Wow! That's actually such a great deal, ALESHA. You're so lucky. Hehehe. I know, right? It's so mahal murah, you know. Mahal murah? How can it be expensive and cheap at the same time, ALESHA? Oops! I meant it's murah. I think my brain got too excited about the discount. Not to self. I really need to slow down when I'm talking. Discounts are exciting and all, but the phrase mahal murah in this context doesn't even make any sense, ALESHA. Whatever, let's go. Okay, I just need to write a reflection on that language mistake. But where do I even start? I just said mahal murah by accident, right? Why did that even happen? Thinking too hard hurts my brain.
Stuck again? Huh? Let's break it down together. You mentioned switching between Malay and English while talking about the Barbie closet deal, right? Remember how excited you were about the RM100 ringgit discount?
Whoa, wait, who are you? And why are you narrating my life?
Who? Me? Oh, I'm your helpful psycholinguistic guide. Just call me the voice. That helps you ace your reflection. I'm here to get those ideas flowing. Now, shall we continue?
Fine, mysterious narrator. I guess I do need help.
So, when bilinguals get caught in the moment, we often code switch. That means that switching between two languages depending on the context or emotion. But then came the slip. Mahal murah. Why do you think that happened?
I guess because I was too excited. But mahal murah have opposite meaning. Why will my brain mix them up?
Good questions. That is called semantic interference. Your brain was juggling two languages at once, and since you were excited, the emotional overload sped up your thinking. When emotions run high, we often talk faster, which then increases the chances of mistakes like this. Does that make any sense to you?
Oh yeah! So, I guess I was too focused on the deal and switching languages, which confused my word choices? Okay, I got it.
Exactly. Languages isn't just about words, it's shaped by emotion, context, and how our brains processes multiple languages simultaneously. So remember, code switching is a natural skill for bilinguals, but it's not immune to slips. So whenever slips happen, it's happen naturally and randomly due to how fast our brain works. So don't beat yourself up over it. So by being aware of emotional triggers, you can actually avoid mistakes like this from happening in the future.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, mysterious voice. Zeus coffee? Oh man, I've been wanting to try this new capybara collab drink all week now. Since I'm here, I might as well finally try it. Hi, can I have the what was the name game? Busy berry brownie, please. Oh, you meant the fizzy berry brownie, right? Got it. Coming right up. Yeah, that's the one. Hehe, thanks.
A few minutes later.
Alright. That will be RM10 ringgit 50 cent, please. Have a nice day. Thank you. Hehe, thanks. What was the name of the drink again? Oh my god. This fizzy berry brownie drink is so good. Oh my god. Alright. The fizzy berry brownie drink. Hehehe. Silly me. Note to self, maybe I should double check the name before ordering next time. I can't keep embarrassing myself over a drink name. But at least it tastes good. Okay, another reflection. This time, it was that embarrassing drink order. Why did I say busy berry brownie instead of fizzy? Ugh, my tongue slipped. But how do I explain that properly?
You need help again, huh?
Huh? You again? Don't you have some other life to narrate?
Nah, I'm invested in your psycholinguistic journey now. Besides, I got all the answers you need. Let's talk about that slip.
Whatever.
You wanted to try the new drink, right? The fizzy berry brownie? So, here, your brain was trying to retrieve the word fizzy but accidentally activated a similar sounding word, busy. This is a phonological slip. It happens during speech production when your brain mispronounced during phonological encoding. It's part of the level speech production model.
Oh, so like my brain have both of the words lined up, but I accidentally picked the wrong one by accident? But how did hearing someone else say the drink name helps me to remember it correctly?
Great question. That's auditory reinforcement. When someone else correctly pronounced the drink name, your brain compared it to your earlier slip. This helps you lock into the correct phonetic pattern, like distinguishing the easy from oozy. So, fizzy from busy. Hearing it again activated your auditory processing.
Oh, that makes so much sense now. I guess languages is more complicated than I had thought, even for something simple like ordering a drink from Zo's Coffee.
Exactly. Phonological slip can catch anyone off guard, but with reinforcement and awareness, you start recognizing and correcting them more easily. That's another fascinating fact about how languages works.
Alright, thank you, mysterious narrator.
One hour later.
Oh my god! That was amazing! Did you do weddings?
Huh?
Do I do weddings? Like Wally? Huh? No, dummy. I mean, like, it's just a way of saying you sing really well, you know? Oh. You Gen Z people really love making out random faces, huh? Hehehehe. Not to self. Maybe not everyone knows TikTok slang. Next time, I should really think about who I'm talking to before throwing an internet phrase or slang towards them. Whatever, let's continue. I needed to do another reflection. I need to figure this out. Why didn't my cousin get the slang? It made total sense to me.
Need a little help figuring it out?
Mysterious narrator?
Yeah, let's break down the situation, shall we?
Alright.
So, first thing first, you pull the phrase, do you do weddings straight for your mental dictionary, right?
Yeah, it's something I've seen online a lot, especially at TikTok. I'm pretty familiar with it.
Right, but your cousin, her mental dictionary has a different definition. She only knew the literal meaning.
Oh, so to her, it sounded like I was asking if she's really a wali at nikah, right?
Bingo! And that's where the mix-up started. So, to you, do you do weddings means that, wow, you sing really well. However, to your cousin, do you do weddings means that, are you a wali?
Oh, so I assumed that she just know what I meant because I use it all the time.
Exactly, and that is called a semantic mismatch, where your brain automatically link the phrase to slang, but hers didn't makes the same connection as you.
Oh, I see.
So, now let's talk about why you thought she'd get it. You expected her to understand it because you see it everywhere online, right?
Yeah, I mean, I use TikTok phrases all the time in my daily conversation.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Your cousin doesn't scroll TikTok like you do. And that means that she doesn't have the same exposure to this kind of slang.
Oh, so my language is shaped by my own habits, while hers isn't?
Exactly. Different language exposure leads to different interpretations.
Oh, I guess that's why she was so confused. I basically spoke in a language she didn't understand.
And that's how communication breakdowns happen. Without shared understanding, even simple phrases can get misinterpreted.
And I thought I was being funny.
Hey, don't be too hard on yourself. It's a common mistake actually, especially between different age groups.
I guess not everyone gets Gen Z slang. I should be more mindful who I'm talking to.
Now you're getting it. Communication isn't just about what we say, it's about making sure that other people actually understand what we're saying.
Yeah, next time I'll make sure to adjust my language depending on who I'm talking to. Thank you, mysterious narrator.
You're welcome.
Hello everyone, in today's entry number 4, I will reflect on the challenges that I faced while filming a TikTok journaling tutorial. So on 22 January of 2025, I was filming a TikTok tutorial about how to journal for beginners, a step-by-step video, and I wanted to help my audience in making a nice layout for the week. But if I recall, I missed a step, which then made me confused, I would say. Like, I lost track of my next step. So I opened my journal and said, after writing the header, what's next? So I was confused at that time. My brain was blackout, I guess, and I couldn't recall on what the next step is. So while also trying to speak, demonstrate, and managing the recording, the tutorial, so this makes the whole process takes much longer than I anticipated. So that is for today's language experience. The psycholinguistic reflection for entry number 4 is a perfect example of cognitive load interfering with speech production. So our brain has a limited working memory, and when we try to do many things all at once, it actually it struggles to keep up with what we are doing at the time. So let's break it down step by step by referring to this mind map that I created for this entry 4. So the first one is cognitive load in speech production. So in this case, when we speak, right, our brain goes through several processes. So thinking on what to say next, structuring the words properly, but also pronounce them clearly. And so now that when I was filming the tutorial, I was recording video, flipping through the journal, and explaining things out loud. So that is a lot for my brain to handle all at once. So because I have to talk, I have to demonstrate, I have to also manage the camera, to ensure that when we record something, it tends to auto focus, not focus. So that is what I was trying to do when I was filming the tutorial TikTok. So my focus was divided, and hence make it harder for me to retrieve my words smoothly. So the next box is about intrinsic load, text complexity. Intrinsic load actually refers to how naturally difficult a task is. So filming a journaling tutorial might seem simple, but at the same time I was demonstrating, which make it a bit more complex. So my brain had to think about the journaling step, but also turn them into clear explanation, and while also ensure that the recording looks good. Again, it's a continuous process to ensure that the camera focus is not blurred. You understand? Something like that lah. So the extra the extra mental effort makes it harder for me to organize my speech properly, which is what I think I like stumble upon my words. So the next one is working memory overload. Our working memory actually holds temporary information while we process it. So since I was juggling multiple tasks, speaking, showing my journal, managing my video tutorial, so my brain was holding too much information at once and couldn't store it all properly. And this overload actually makes it harder for me to recall on what I want to say next, causing me to freeze mid-sentence, or in this case, blank out. So when you try to have like things you need to buy, right? Maybe you need a grocery list, when you go to the grocery, and when you don't write it down, you often like forget things. So I think that is what happened here. So breakdown, speech disruption and pauses. So in this case, like my brain was struggling to recall the next step, which led to awkward moments like wait, what's next? So words like something along that line happens because the connection between my thoughts and also speech breaks down due to like the cognitive overload. So in this case, my brain knew what to say, but I couldn't retrieve it fast enough while speaking, something like that. And then breakdown language processing. So so I kept stumbling over my words, which in this case makes instead of a smooth explanation for the video tutorial, my sentences were full of pauses and hesitation, which then makes the tutorial video much harder to film because I keep on redoing the takes to have a more smoother tutorial explanation. Something like that. I hope you understand. This is all for entry number 4.
Hello everyone, in today's entry number 5, I will reflect on my experience at Guardians, where I naturally adjusted my speech to be more formal while asking for moisturizer recommendations. So on 26th January of 2025, while shopping, I approached a shop assistant for skincare advice. So without realizing at first, I used a polite and formal tone, even though the assistant seems younger than me. I said, Akak, can you please provide me with a good moisturizer for my skin type? And this phrasing felt natural because of the setting, which is a professional environment where politeness is generally expected when speaking to service staff. So if I have a more casual phrase like Akak, what's a good moisturizer for my skin? So it might have sounded rude to the worker. So the structure here is structured in a very respectful way of asking, which ensure clarity and also show courtesy. So beyond just this formality, this also helped me to reflect on how people in retail or service jobs are often treated. Many of them face harsh treatment from customer, and by making a smart effort to speak to them politely, is actually we can help lessen their burden and make their day a little bit better. So yeah, that is for today's language experience. So now let's analyze this experience with the help of the mind map display here. So pragmatic competence here refers to my ability to adapt language used to suit the situation. So I intuitively know that using polite language was the appropriate behavior in a formal interaction, especially when requesting help from a service provider. So it wasn't something I have to consciously plan it. It's just something that felt right. So adaptive pragmatic skill here, I use polite phrases like please instead of the casual tone I might use with friends. So with friends we don't use please, like can I please get water? So instead with friends I said like can I have water? We do not use please. So this adjustment is an example of adaptive language use where we change our phrasing to match the social context. So it helps maintain respect and ensures that our message is well received. So the next one is cognitive processing, which is my brain have to process social norms quickly to decide on the appropriate language that is being used. So the goal here was to deliver my request clearly and respectfully. So this quick decision making demonstrates how cognitive processes influences the language production in real-time conversation. So the next one is using appropriate language and tone. So even though like the shop assistant was younger than me, I automatically like
to choose a formal tone instead of a casual one. So this reflects how language adjustment are tied to social expectation rather than just age. So I use language that convey respect and politeness, which help maintain a smooth interaction between me and the sales assistant. So last but not least, we have functional and efficient communication. So by adjusting my tone and phrasing, I kept the conversation professional and effective. Small changes in languages can have a big impact on how smoothly conversation flow. So this experience highlights the importance of efficient communication in social interaction. Hello everyone. Today, for entry 6, I will be reflecting on my experience, which I struggle to understand our conversation at my family Chinese New Year gathering. So yeah, for on 29th January of 2025, during a Chinese New Year gathering at my aunt's house, all my relatives were around and was talking very loudly and having a very loud conversation. So I was like casually talking with my cousin when she started to tell me a funny story. So but since the surrounding was so loud, all that I could catch from the conversation is that time Uncle hilarious, and I have no clue what the full story was. But to keep the conversation going, I fake understanding the conversation and said, "Oh, that's so funny." When in reality, I have no idea what she was talking about. What was so funny in the story? Since I heard bits or pieces of the story, so I didn't hear the full story. Until now, I still don't know what she said. So, psycholinguistic reflection for entry 6 is a perfect example of how our brain process speech in a noisy environment and the strategies it used to make sense of in that situation, the conversation, right? So the first, we will break it down based on the mind map here. So the first one here is auditory processing in noisy environment. So the background noise will make it difficult for me to focus on my cousin's voice. So when too many sounds are in the surrounding environment, our brain struggles to separate the important speech, or in this case the information, apart from the noise. So since I couldn't isolate her voice properly, I only caught bits and pieces of what she was saying. So the next one is top-down processing. So since I'm which is guessing the meaning, since I missed a lot of words, my brain rely on context clues to fill in the gaps of the information that I gathered from my cousin. So I used her tone of voice, which first she sounded excited when she was telling the story, and her facial expression, she was laughing, and then the few words that I caught, which is Uncle hilarious. And based on this three clues, I guess, I assumed it was a joke and just laugh along with her, even though I have no idea what she truly have said at that time. So this is top-down processing, where our brain fills in the missing details based on past experience or context. And then the next one is cognitive effort. So when my brain has to work extra hard to filter out background noise, identify the most important words, and guess what the full story is. Since my brain was juggling between the loud backgrounds and my cousin's word, it struggled to fully process the conversation and making it hard for me to focus or figure out the meaning. And then speech in noisy environment noisy environment, which is noisy environment mess with speech comprehension and make communication much more harder. And when we can hear everything clearly, we rely on tone and expression instead of words, guess meaning based on what we know, and give generic responses to keep the conversation flowing. So instead of asking my cousin to repeat itself, I just pretend to understand to avoid disrupting the conversation. So yeah, this shows that language isn't always perfect. sometimes we improvise to maintain like the social interaction. And then next one is we have central auditory processing and working memory. Since I missed part of the conversation, my working memory try to hold into the words I did hear and make sense of them. Since I caught words like uncle and hilarious, so my brain tried to guess what the full story might be. But since I didn't have enough information, my brain failed to piece together the correctly, which is why I ended up giving a general response instead, which is oh, that's so funny. And then last but not least, we have adapting to challenges, how our brain adjusts to it. And even though like I couldn't fully understand it, my brain still like finds out ways to adapt, so I wouldn't be like left out of the conversation. So in in noisy situation, we use like visual, contextual clues, fill in missing information, and adjust response to keep the flow going. And this proves that our brain is constantly adapting to less than ideal condition to make communication smoother. So yeah, next time when I'm in a noisy environment, we'll probably like ask my cousin to like repeat again what she said, or just talk in a less noisy environment. So yeah, that is for psycholinguistic reflection.